You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 23rd of May. India's stern message to Turkey asks Pakistan to end support to terrorism. Activist alleges slow genocide by Pakistani state in Balochistan. And Bangladesh interim government head Yunus mulling resignation, says report. And now for all the details. India has warned Turkey over its ties with Pakistan, urging it to push Islamabad towards dismantling its decades-old terror infrastructure. This comes as India is engaging with multiple countries, reaffirming New Delhi's zero tolerance towards terrorism as part of its Operation Sindoor.
India's Foreign Ministry spokesperson on Thursday issued a stern message to Turkey, saying that India expects it to strongly urge its ally Pakistan to end support to cross-border terrorism and take action against the terrorist ecosystem. The remarks come amid a strained relationship between India and Turkey, triggered by the latter's remark condemning India's strikes on terror camps in Pakistan. Pakistan also used Turkish drones on a large scale during the military conflict with India that followed.
We expect Turkey to strongly urge Pakistan to end its support to cross-border terrorism and take credible and verifiable action against the terror ecosystem that it has harbored for decades now. And relations, as you know, are built on the basis of sensitivities to each other's concerns.
Meanwhile, all-party delegations from India interacted with top leadership of UAE, Russia and Japan on Friday. New Delhi has sent a total of 7 such delegations to nearly 32 countries to present India's perspective to the global community after Operation Sindoor. The delegations aim to project the country's national consensus and resolute approach to combating terrorism and expose Pakistan's terror links. The lawmakers are telling the global community that India would hit back if Pakistan took any aggressive action, and pointed out that all terrorist activities across the world had links to Pakistan.
Pakistan has been peddling lies all through. Pakistan has been saying things against India. This has to be actually, done away with. We have to tell people everywhere that Pakistan has been into false propaganda, Pakistan has been telling lies, and Pakistan has been into terrorism all these years. All these number of years. Pakistan is nourishing, promoting and nurturing terrorism for long, and this has to be stopped at one point of time, and this is the time all of us need to gather together and ensure that.
And Pakistan's President Asif Ali Zardari and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif jointly conferred the baton of Field Marshal upon Army Chief Syed Asim Munir during a special investiture ceremony at the President House in Islamabad on Thursday. The ceremonial promotion to 5-star rank was conferred to Munir by the Pakistan government earlier on Tuesday for his role in the military operations during the days of heightened tension with neighboring India. While PM Sharif-led government has praised Munir and the armed forces for Pakistan's action, lawmakers have criticized the security and intelligence agencies. Senator from Balochistan Umar Farooq questioned the ability of Pakistani forces in responding to Indian actions under Operation Sindoor and said what were the agencies doing if India could strike in Chakala, which is hardly 7 to 10 kilometers from Pakistan Army's general headquarters. Farooq, during a session of Senate over the resolution blaming India for Khuzdar attack, teared into Islamabad's allegations on New Delhi as he highlighted neither the ammunition suggested nor there were personnel conducting such attacks from Pakistan's eastern neighbor. He questioned why India is being discussed instead of asking accountability from Pakistani security agencies which enjoy unabated freedom in Balochistan. He added, the way security agencies have been working in Balochistan, it is all about money, with public no longer trusting the government institutions.
सबसे पहले तो इस तरह के वाक़यात की मज़म्मत करते हैं सर, हम हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे हमने की है और आज भी करते हैं। जिस तरह हमारे बच्चियों के साथ हुआ और पिछले अरसे में भी हो रहा था, मुझे सब ये समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि वाकया खुजदार में हुआ है और हम हिंदुस्तान को यहाँ पे डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। मुझे अपने इदारों को हम क्यों डिस्कस ना करें कि हमारे इदारे क्या कर रहे हैं। हमारे जो यहाँ पे फोर्सेस है बलूचिस्तान में, जिनको हमने इतने इख्तियारात दिए हैं, जो मुझे भी तलाशी कर सकता है, मेरे घर में भी बगैर पूछे घुस सकता है, हम उससे क्यों नहीं पूछते कि भाई आप क्या कर रहे हो वहाँ पे। ये हिंदुस्तान से तो ना कोई बम आता है मेरे ख्याल से, ना कोई बंदा आता है। बंदे तो हमारे वही के हैं। जिस तरह अभी ये रिसेंट वाक़यात गुजरे पाकिस्तान और हिंदुस्तान की लड़ाई का, जिसका हमने मजम्मत भी किया है, लेकिन किसी ने ये नहीं पूछा कि GHQ से 5 किलोमीटर चकलाला एयरबेस तक ये ड्रोन कैसे पहुंचा।
Moving on, Baloch activist Hakeem Baloch has made a stirring appeal from London, highlighting what he describes as a slow genocide in Balochistan. He called for urgent international intervention, citing mass disappearances, suppression of peaceful voices, and the militarization of the region.
Hakeem Baloch, from the Baloch National Movement's Foreign Committee, has termed the situation in Balochistan a slow genocide, led by the Pakistani military and state, as he highlighted over 20,000 people have been forcibly disappeared, many for more than a decade.
If you lose something, if something, that you love, that you care, and that is missing, say for a day or two, you will feel that pain. They're like human beings. Someone's father is missing for 15 years, someone's son is missing for 10 years, someone's brother is missing for 7 years, and they're protesting day in, day out. They say in Balochistan, that's like, if a missing person's body recovers, that family is lucky. At least they got their loved one's dead body.
The activist condemned the crackdown on peaceful activists like Marang, Bebag, Saida Baloch, and Sami Deen Baloch, stating they face detention and harassment for demanding basic rights. Even their relatives are being targeted to silence dissent. He also criticized the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, calling it a project imposed on the Baloch people which has only led to displacement, no local benefits, and a rising military footprint. He urged the international community not to ignore, but to intervene immediately.
The world must understand that, by ignoring this long-going struggle and the genocide of the Baloch people will bring consequences to them, because the more support Pakistan will get from the world, like we've seen IMF passed a bill to Pakistan, that is going to be used, in favor of terrorism, not against terrorism. So the world needs to be much more careful, much more cautious how they're going to deal with the situation.
And after Pakistan and Afghanistan held informal talks with China this week, where all three sides decided to expand the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, the Taliban's acting Commerce Minister Haji Nuruddin Azizi has said that the Taliban is eyeing local currency trade with Russia and China. In an interview to Reuters, Azizi mentioned that the Taliban administration is in advanced talks with Russia to allow banks from both Afghanistan and Russia to carry out direct trade transactions in local currencies. Similar proposals have been made to China, he further said. Afghanistan has been importing gas, oil and wheat from Russia since the year 2022, and this move can help stabilize the Afghan economy. Currently, both the countries conduct annual trade of around $300 million, and the Taliban is expecting to increase the investment flow from Russia, especially in petroleum and plastic products. This initiative is being taken in order to reduce dependence on the US dollar. Due to the sanctions on Taliban, Afghanistan's economy has faced huge losses, including the sharp reduction in US dollar inflows and aid cuts.
ما می‌خوایم امروی روسیه یک ارتباط داشته باشیم از طریق پول محلی یا منطقه‌ای یا اسواب. می‌خوایم که امروی چین هم داشته باشیم ان شاء الله. پیشنهاد ما داریم در ارتباط و بحث‌ها و گفتگو یک دفعه دو دفعه صورت گرفته. می‌خوایم در عرصه امروی چین هم پیش بریم.
China's foreign ministry in a statement said that both Pakistan and Afghanistan expressed their willingness to improve diplomatic ties with China during the meeting in Beijing, and both the countries agreed in principle to send ambassadors to each other's countries soon. This development comes as no country has so far recognized the Taliban's regime in Afghanistan over the issue of human rights. And fueling political uncertainty, reports have suggested Bangladesh Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus is mulling resignation from his position. According to the Dhaka Tribune, Yunus has reportedly expressed frustration and anger over the state of affairs in the country. Local media reports quoting sources have said Yunus in a cabinet meeting said if he cannot perform his duties and implement the reforms, what's the point of remaining in office, as he highlighted the daily blockades, lack of consensus among political parties regarding reforms and the non-cooperation of various parties in state affairs. The development was confirmed later on Thursday evening by convener of National Citizen Party, Naheed Islam, who is in a conversation with BBC Bangla, said Yunus has expressed concerns about his ability to work under the current situation. The report said Yunus conveyed to Naheed Islam, if the political parties want him gone and don't trust him, then why should he stay? Selected by the protesters led by Naheed Islam, Muhammad Yunus was made the chief advisor of the interim government after mass protests toppled the last elected government of Sheikh Hasina in August 2024. His administration has, however, been under fire from political parties over the date for fresh elections. And amid several right-wing forces extending their support to reviving the Hindu kingdom and monarchy, the Nepal government has issued a stern warning against royalist groups that have decided to reinstate the Hindu state. The Minister of Communication and Information Technology, Prithvi Subha Gurung, said that while the government has allowed the monarchists to express their views against the constitution and the Federal Democratic Republic, it will not be the same forever, and if necessary, the government may impose restrictions. The government will not always passively watch the activities of the monarchists, he further said. Several right-wing forces extending their support to the revival of monarchy and the Hindu state united around the Joint People's Movement Committee led by leader Nabarat Subedi and declared a decisive agitation starting on May 29. Gurung also said that government's generosity to permitting the royalist groups to hold gatherings and express their views should not be taken as its weakness or cowardice. The former king of Nepal, Gyanendra Shah, had earlier invited a few pro-monarchy leaders and held talks over several aspects of the royalist movement. The Subedi-led committee and the Rashtriya Prajatantra Party will lead the upcoming movement starting next week. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.